How this man shook up and destabilized the British monarchy. From having an unconventional take on the royal family to exposing his lifestyle to juicy gossip in the tabloids, Antony Armstrong-Jones, armed with his camera, changed the way people now see royalty. Despite reaching the highest ranks of the royal family, scandals seemed to follow him closely, as his life was marked by scandals and some heartbreaking setbacks. So get ready, as we're about to uncover the 12 ways Antony Armstrong-Jones shook up and destabilized the British monarchy. Number 1. Photography. Having an emotionally starved childhood led Antony Armstrong-Jones to develop an interest in photography. Before his relationship with Princess Margaret, Antony Armstrong-Jones established himself as a renowned portrait photographer. Besides having a solo exhibition and publishing photography books, Antony Armstrong-Jones was also the one who photographed Queen Elizabeth II, Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, and their children at Buckingham Palace before his marriage to Princess Margaret. His photography, even though favored by the royals, was one of the main catalysts for modernization, which many royal enthusiasts see as a way of destabilizing the monarchy's centuries-old established norms. Number 2. Marriage to Princess Margaret. The only sister of the Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Margaret, marriage to Antony Armstrong-Jones, was a controversial one because of the secrecy of their affair. The romance that took months to blossom managed to stay away from the radar of the media, as Antony Armstrong-Jones was commissioned to photograph the late princess. The first royal wedding to be televised, it was scandalous throughout its course until the divorce. One of the highly scandalous events was the revealing portrait Antony Armstrong-Jones took of Princess Margaret. It was spread like wildfire when Princess Margaret, showing her rebellious side, sent it to be published across the country's newspapers. Number 3. Connections with Hollywood elite. One of the reasons Antony Armstrong-Jones was held responsible for destabilizing the British monarchy was his connections with the Hollywood elite. His and Princess Margaret's infamous trip to the United States in 1965 became so scandalous and costly that the late princess was banned from another official trip to the country. Apart from making the trip cost a whopping £30,000, with the addition of some behind-the-scenes escapades, the royal couple was called out for the bad press they generated. The trip, which was initially an invitation by the daughter of a former US ambassador to the United Kingdom, at a time when relations between the two countries were strained, turned into a troublesome private trip where the royal couple was mainly interested in visiting different cities and partying along the way. Number 4. Affairs. Princess Margaret and Antony Armstrong-Jones both were involved in flings and extramarital affairs that not only tarnished the sanctity of their marriage, but cast a shadow over the integrity of the monarchy itself. Antony Armstrong-Jones was the first one to be unfaithful. Among many of his flings, the infamous ones were his long-term affair with Lady Jacqueline Rufus Isaacs, and then later with Lucy Lindsay Hogg, whom he later married after the divorce. Even the secret of the royal couple's engagement was kept so well that it was very easy for Antony Armstrong-Jones to keep his multiple affairs hidden from each other. The nature of his photography work explains his majority of flings with different models and actresses. Princess Margaret also played a part in damaging the image of the monarchy through her affairs with Anthony Barton and Roddy Llewellyn. Number 5. Divorce. The troubled marriage, which was unconventional from the start, came to an end after almost 18 years in 1978. Their journey to divorce was a scandalous one that brought public attention to the personal lives of the royals in a way that sparked debates about the monarchy's role in changing perspectives towards marriage and divorce. Antony Armstrong-Jones took advantage of Princess Margaret and Roddy Llewellyn's leaked vacation photos and claimed it to be the reason for leaving his already falling marriage. Despite her public affair, Buckingham Palace didn't take away her royal privileges. Their divorce was a historic event, as it was the first royal divorce since King Henry VIII's in 1540. Their failed love story may have tarnished the family's reputation, but it played a role in evolving societal norms regarding royal divorces. Number 6. Illegitimate children. Antony Armstrong-Jones garnered a reputation as a serial cheater throughout his life. Not only did his affairs affect his personal reputation, but they also tarnished the image of the royal family. It was revealed after decades that during his honeymoon phase with Princess Margaret, Antony Armstrong-Jones had secretly fathered a daughter named Polly Fry. He had another illegitimate child at the age of 68 when he was married to his second wife. Antony Armstrong-Jones paints a picture of a man who consistently left a trail of broken trust and scandal in his wake. Number 7. Speculations about his sexuality. Antony Armstrong-Jones was rumored to be bisexual. Though all his publicly exposed affairs were with women, there were speculations that he used to date men too. A few male interior designers came forward, claiming to be involved romantically with Antony Armstrong-Jones. Additionally, rumors were circulated about Antony Armstrong-Jones being part of a three-way relationship involving his best friend, Jeremy Fry, and his wife, Camilla Fry, which later. Number 8. Pettiness. The royal family and the reputation of the monarchy were caught in the cycle of back-and-forth infidelity between Antony Armstrong-Jones and Princess Margaret. Their actions became fodder for public scrutiny and created a narrative of dysfunctionality within the royal household. Antony Armstrong-Jones was known for his pettiness. Their conflicts turned ugly when Antony Armstrong-Jones resorted to childish tactics to express his displeasure with Princess Margaret. He hid a list of derogatory and hurtful remarks, such as, "You look like a Jewish manicurist," and "I hate you," in a book for Princess Margaret to discover. At times, he used to openly dismiss Princess Margaret and ask her to shut up at social gatherings, leaving the people around them in an awkward situation. Number 9. Clashes within the royal family. Antony Armstrong-Jones' artistic and sensitive nature always seemed to clash with the way royals spent their lives. He faced several minor conflicts with the royal family, particularly with Prince Philip. The cool behavior of the late Prince Philip changed after Antony Armstrong-Jones's marriage, as Antony wasn't a man with a rugged, manly persona. Moreover, when Princess Margaret gave birth to their son, both she and Antony Armstrong-Jones struggled to fully embrace parenthood, which further sparked clashes within the family. Number 10. Common man. Antony Armstrong-Jones wasn't a royal before tying the knot with Princess Margaret. The conservative sectors of the British press weren't fans of the marriage between the princess and a commoner. Antony Armstrong-Jones had to face the harsh behavior of everyone in the royal circle, including the royal servants in the palace. His butler, in particular, was a source of trouble who only lasted 25 days in the palace, and then was happy to feed false, dirty details of the newlywed royal couple to the media. Number 11. Misfit and mysterious. The royal staff weren't the only ones left unimpressed by Antony Armstrong-Jones. His unconventional way of living life and his artistic interests were poles apart from royals. Coupled with intense media scrutiny and the abandonment of his career, Antony Armstrong-Jones found himself a misfit for the royals. Juggling between keeping the royal in-laws happy and giving time to his artistic endeavors was hard. As his success grew and his connection to the royal family deepened, Antony Armstrong-Jones adopted a mysterious personality by maintaining privacy about his scandalous personal life. Number 12. Social activism and later life. Polio, at the age of 16, gave Antony Armstrong-Jones a leg limp for the rest of his life. Therefore, he became a prominent voice for the rights of individuals with physical disabilities and mobility challenges. Despite all the controversies associated with his royal marriage and divorce, Antony Armstrong-Jones continued to capture numerous official royal photographs. Antony Armstrong-Jones' visibility within the royal circle despite all the controversial history gave the public an impression of his influence over the royal family. This brings us to the end of our video. Do you think Antony Armstrong-Jones' scandals contributed to the change in how the public now perceives monarchy? Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.